Hello everyone, welcome to the another episode of today's GK program. So let's start with the previous day question. The question was, Employers State Insurance Corporation, that is ESIC, is associated with which of the following ministries? And the options was A. Ministry of Corporate Affairs, B. Ministry of Labour and Employment, C. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, or D. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So the answer was option B, Ministry of Labour and Employment. Recently, the Employees State Insurance Corporation or ESIC has settled over 3,500 maternity benefit claims amounting to 9 crore 30 lakh rupees during the week-long activities dedicated to celebrate International Women's Day. The promulgation of Employees State Insurance Act 1948 or ESI Act by the Parliament was the first major legislation on social security for workers in independent India. It was a time when the industry was still in a nascent stage and the country was heavily dependent on an assortment of imported goods from the developed or fast-developing countries. The scheme was inaugurated in Kanpur on 24th February 1952 or ESIC Day by then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It functions under the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India. Therefore, option B is correct. Now, let's see today's first question. Which of the following bodies or organizations recently released the Landslide Atlas of India? Options are A. 𝐃𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢, B. Indian Space Research Organization, C. Defense Research and Development Organization, or D. Ministry of Earth Sciences. And the answer is option B, Indian Space Research Organization. The Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, recently released the Landslide Atlas of India. Therefore, option B is correct. Landslides are natural disasters occurring mainly in mountainous terrains and conducive conditions of soil, rock, geology and slope. A sudden movement of rock, boulders, earth or debris down a slope is termed as a landslide. Natural causes that trigger it include heavy rainfall, earthquakes, snow melting and undercutting slopes due to flooding. Landslides can also be caused by anthropogenic activities such as excavation, cutting of hills and trees, excessive infrastructure development, and overgrazing by cattle. ISRO's National Remote Sensing Center, Hyderabad, has created a database of landslide-prone regions of India based on events during 1998 to 2022, primarily along the Himalayas and the Western Ghats. India is considered among the top 5 landslide-prone countries globally, where at least one death per 100 square kilometer is reported in a year due to a landslide event. Next question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Influenza viruses which cause the flu are of 4 different types, that is A, B, C and D. Statement 2. Influenza D is further classified into different subtypes and one of them is H3N2. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2 or D. neither 1 nor 2. And the correct answer is option B. 2 only. India has recorded deaths of 2 people, one each in Karnataka and Haryana due to the influenza A subtype H3N2 virus. Influenza viruses which cause the infectious disease known as flu are of 4 different types, that is A, B, C and D. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Influenza A is further classified into different subtypes and one of them is H3N2. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. The symptoms of H3N2 are similar to that of any other flu. They include cough, fever, body ache and headache, sore throat, a runny or stuffy nose and extreme fatigue. Self-hygiene is the best way to thwart and spread H3N2. H3N2 caused the 1968 flu pandemic that led to the death of around 1 million people globally and about 100,000 in the US. Next question. Which of the following is not correct regarding the hypersonic missile? A. It is capable of flying at least at the speed of Mach 5. B. Like ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles follow a ballistic trajectory. C. It can be maneuvered to the intended target. Or D. 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 is the hypersonic missile of Russia. And the answer is option B. Like ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles follow a ballistic trajectory. Russia on March 9 unleashed its biggest aerial strike against Ukrainian weaks. Russia also shot 6 hypersonic missiles known as 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 or Dragons that the Ukrainian defense forces failed to intercept. A hypersonic missile such as 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 is capable of flying at least at the speed of Mach 5, that is 5 times the speed of sound, and is maneuverable. The maneuverability of the hypersonic missile is what differentiates it from the ballistic missile, as the latter follows a set course or a ballistic trajectory. Thus, unlike ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles do not follow a ballistic trajectory and can be maneuvered to the intended target. Therefore, option B is correct. There are two types of hypersonic weapon systems. These are hypersonic glide vehicles, that is HGV, and hypersonic cruise missiles. The HGVs are fired from a rocket before gliding to the intended target, while the hypersonic cruise missile is powered by air-breathing high-speed engines or scramjets after acquiring their target. Next question. Recently, the term Kodaikanal was in the news. It is related to solar observatory, tribal group, form of theatre, or Sangamira literature. And the correct answer is option A, solar observatory. For well over a century, the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory, or in short KoSO, has been observing the sun, capturing images of sunspots and recording changes in its behavior. Therefore, option A is correct. KoSO, which is owned and operated by the Indian Institute of Astrophysics, that is IIA, Bengaluru, is one of the world's oldest observatories studying the sun. The idea of taking pictures of the sun using a 20-inch telescope, preferably from a location on a hill in southern India, was first proposed by the astronomer Norman Pogson. He was appointed government astronomer of the Madras Observatory in 1861. Solar physicists at the IIA Bengaluru and Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observational Sciences, that is ARIES, Nainital, have now digitized 1.48 lakh solar images captured since 1904. Experts and equipment from the existing Madras Observatory were relocated to Kodaikanal. The Solar Physics Observatory opened on April 1, 1899 and was later named KoSO. Let's move on to the next question. In the context of Indian fairs and festivals, the Yaoshang festival is related to which of the following states of India? Goa, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, or Manipur? And the correct answer is option D, Manipur. Recently, the Yaoshang festival was celebrated. The festival of Yaoshang is considered one of the major festivals of Manipur. A 5-day event celebrated on the full moon day of the month of Lamta, February-March, the festival is generally celebrated at the same time as Holi. But unlike Holi, the celebrations go far beyond just colors. The festival is celebrated with singing, dancing, and many other traditional performances. It begins with burying of Yaoshang, a small thatch hut or straw hut, which is constructed with bamboo and straws on the first day. It is followed by the collection of donations from households by young boys and girls dressed in their best attires. Children visit nearby homes showering blessings of success and long and healthy life, and they receive little monetary gifts as a donation from the households in return. This part of the celebration is called Nakatheng. Next question. With reference to departmentally related standing committees or DRSCs, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Each standing committee consists of 31 members. And statement 2. There are no members from the Rajya Sabha. You have to select the correct statement with the help of the given options, and options are A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, or D neither 1 nor 2. And the answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, 8 officers from the personal staff of Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairman have been attached to 12 standing committees and 8 departmentally related standing committees or DRSCs of Parliament. On the recommendation of the Rules Committee of the Lok Sabha, 17 DRSCs were set up in the Parliament in 1993. In 2004, 7 more such committees were set up, thus increasing their number from 17 to 24. The main objective of the standing committees is to secure more accountability of the executive, that is, the Council of Ministers, to the Parliament, particularly financial accountability. They also assist the Parliament in debating the budget more effectively. Each standing committee consists of 31 members, 21 from Lok Sabha and 10 from Rajya Sabha. Hence, statement 1 is correct while statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct answer. A minister is not eligible to be nominated as a member of any of the standing committees. The term of office of each standing committee is 1 year from the date of its constitution. Out of 24 standing committees, 8 work under the Rajya Sabha and 16 under the Lok Sabha. Next question. Kalakkad Mundanthurai Tiger Reserve is located in which of the following states of India? Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, or Tamil Nadu? And the correct answer is option D, Tamil Nadu. Recently, the researchers from Tamil Nadu have spotted a rare moth species for the first time in India in the buffer zone of Kalakkad Mundanthurai Tiger Reserve, that is KMTR. It was last sighted 127 years ago at Trincomalee in Sri Lanka in 1893. Mimusemia silonica is a moth species belonging to the subfamily Agaristinae and family Noctuidae. KMTR is located in Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu. It is one of the protected areas having diverse flora and fauna. This region has got vegetation types which gradually changes from dry thorn forest to dry deciduous, most deciduous and patch of west coast wet evergreen forests on the higher reaches of the reserve. KMTR was declared as the first tiger reserve of Tamil Nadu and the 17th tiger reserve of the country. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. In the context of Indian environment and ecology, consider the following statements regarding Central Groundwater Authority or CGWA. 1. It has been constituted under the Environment Protection Act 1986. And 2. It aims to regulate and control development and management of groundwater resources in the country. Which of these statements or statements given above is or are correct? Options are A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. And the answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Central Groundwater Authority has been constituted under Section 3 and Subsection 3 of the Environment Protection Act 1986. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It aims to regulate and control development and management of groundwater resources in the country. Hence, statement 2 is also correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. The authority has been conferred with the following powers. Exercise of powers under Section 5 of the Environment Protection Act 1986 are issuing directions to resort to penal provisions contained in Sections 15 to 21 of the said Act, to regulate and control management and development of groundwater in the country and to issue necessary regulatory directions for the purpose. And exercise of powers under Section 4 of the Environment Protection Act 1986 for the appointment of officers. Next question. The Development Monitoring and Evaluation Office or DMEO is an attached office of which of the following ministries or institutions? A. Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, B. Niti Aayog, C. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, or D. the Cabinet Secretariat. And the correct answer is option B, Niti Aayog. Recently, Niti Aayog held an interministerial meeting to review the seasonal influenza situation in the states. Seasonal influenza is an acute respiratory infection caused by influenza viruses. The Development Monitoring and Evaluation Office or DMEO is an attached office of Niti Aayog. It was constituted in September 2015 by merging the erstwhile Program Evaluation Office or PEO and the Independent Evaluation Office or IEO. DMEO has been mandated to actively monitor and evaluate the implementation of schemes, programs and initiatives of the Government of India. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. The next and the last question is, what is Alma sometimes seen in the news? A. Atacama Large Millimeter or Submillimeter Array. B. Artificial Level Millimeter or Submillimeter Array. C. Atacama Large Millimeter or Submillimeter Algorithm. Artificial Level Millimeter or Submillimeter Algorithm. So the correct answer is option A. Atacama Large Millimeter or Submillimeter Array. Recently, astronomers have used the Atacama Large Millimeter or Submillimeter Array, that is ALMA, to discover gaseous water in the planet-forming disk around the star V883 Orionis. The research team is part of the European Southern Observatory. Therefore, option A is correct. The water they have discovered carries a chemical signature that can explain the journey of water from star-forming gas clouds to planets. It also supports the idea that the water on Earth is even older than the Sun. Okay, now it's time for the practice question. The question is, recently which among the following has become the longest lived tropical cyclone? And the options are A. Cyclone Asani, B. Cyclone Freddy, C. Cyclone Fani, or D. Cyclone Taute. Don't forget to answer in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Till then, Jai Hind.